Hey, it's Dr. Jade, Teta, and welcome to Metabolic Living's Immunity Upgrade Blueprint. In this lecture today, we're going to be talking about the idea that there are no such thing as perfect foods, that the only rule that you need to understand about nutrition is to simply do what works for you. We need to give up our need for rules and our own biases about what is and is not healthy, and we need to find what works for us as individuals. Now remember, the best defense is a strong immune system, and you get a strong immune system when you develop a strong metabolism. The metabolism is like the Energizer Bunny battery of the immune system. In fact, when the metabolism is healthy, fit, and strong, it helps to fuel the immune system so it can do its job fighting microbes like bacteria and viruses. Now, one of the things you need to understand is that from my perspective, when we think about metabolism, immune system health, what is and is not healthy for us with diet, exercise, and lifestyle, there is only one rule, and that rule is find and do what works for you. Now, in a sense, the idea of find what works for you is really wrong in a sense, because we don't find the right program. We basically create the right program. And so even though we say you need to find and do what works for you, it's really you need to create the plans that work for you. And in order to do that, you have to kind of have an open mind and be aware of the way different things impact you. Now, you've seen this slide before if you remember from earlier lectures, and I want to go through this again, but this is a scene here of people running a marathon. And everybody, if they start a marathon race, they all kind of start in the same place. They're all given kind of the same course to run. They know they're going to run this course. However, once the gun goes off, they all break out into their own strategies, don't they? Some people walk, some people run fast, some people do a walk jog, some people listen to music, some people don't, some people are going along with their friends, some people aren't, some people are stopping and getting water at every water station, some are not, some people carry gel packs with them, some don't. Everyone sort of does their own thing, and then they get through the marathon. It's a very individualized process. So you can understand how people running a race do it their own way, even though the outcome might be the same. We're after optimal health, fitness, and immune function. Now, what happens is we think very wrongly that if our friend made it through the race one way, then we should be able to run the race the exact same way and get the same outcome. But our friend has different fitness levels and physical abilities. Maybe they've run these things before. Maybe they've got a different mental capacity. Maybe over the last few days they fueled themselves better. Maybe they weigh different than us or built different than us. Maybe we're more muscular and they're more lean. You can see that trying to run your friend's race exactly how they ran it can be a disaster, can it? You can end up with a bad back, messed up knees. You might be held back because they're not keeping up with you. You just cannot approach a race that way, and you can't approach lifestyle that way. This is about you creating the right journey for you. You begin to measure how your body's responding, hunger, energy, and cravings. You get a result. Did I lose fat? Did I gain fat? And by the way, hunger, energy, and cravings, right? HEC, hunger, energy, cravings, or SHMEC, sleep, hunger, mood, energy, and cravings. Don't forget what those are. Those are biofeedback signals, and they also are a euphemism, a catch-all phrase for all biofeedback in the body: exercise performance, exercise recovery, libido, erection, menses, digestive health, signs and symptoms of disease, in addition to sleep, hunger, mood, energy, and cravings. And so whatever we're doing with diet and exercise and lifestyle should be keeping SHMEC in check, should be making us feel more vital and functional. It also should be leading to results. We should be getting optimal body composition results and or results in our immune function where we're not getting every cold and flu that comes around all the time because we are much healthier. And this process of adjusting HEC and SHMEC and looking at results is going to give us a good idea about the things that work for us. But that's just the beginning of the process. From there, we have to add in our preferences, what we like, what we don't like. We need to manage how we're sleeping and stressing and understand that that changes day to day, week to week, and changes on the stages of our life. Obviously, if you've had children recently, you know that this changes to some degree. Workouts, sometimes you like certain types of workouts, sometimes you don't. There's some personal preferences there. Workouts have some different impact on hunger, energy, and cravings. Lifestyle factors play into this. If you got a new job, if you move to a new city, etc. And all of this starts to go into the plan. This is a sort of diagram that essentially tells you what it takes. You have to adjust, you have to tweak, you have to change, you have to subtract and add and experiment and modify and act like a detective. And this happens over the course of your life. It doesn't just happen over a few weeks. It happens over months and sometimes years to really figure out what works for you. It's hugely important. Now, the other thing is that some of these things that you hear about, the vegan diet, the pescatarian diet, the keto diet, the Mediterranean diet, the primal diet, the paleo diet, intermittent fasting, etc. These things also can be used as ways to find what works for you. Remember, we talked about this idea of the Bruce Lee effect. Absorb what is useful, discard what is not, keep what is uniquely your own. You need to be aware of these things. And so one of the things that I'm highlighting here is the idea that there are some things you can learn from a vegan diet or a pescatarian diet. You may try keto and learn some things, but the point is trying to fit yourself to these off-the-shelf diets as if this is going to be your lifestyle is the wrong way to look at it. You want to be thinking about, okay, maybe I will be keto-ish or primal-ish or vegetarian-ish. In other words, it's not paleo, it's paleo, right? It's about finding the right way to do these things. Maybe you do gravitate more towards a plant-based diet, but also maybe you found that you need some fish to help with your hunger. You need to put your biases aside. You need to put your comparison aside. What works for one person does not work for the next. Your friend might be able to get away with wine every night. You may not. This is absolutely critical. So there is only one rule when it comes to all of this, and you need to ingrain this in your head. For optimal metabolic function, for a healthy immune system to be vital, to look good, feel good, live longer, function better, there is only one rule, and that is do what works for you. Now, I say this often, but I don't care if you're eating nothing but cakes and cookies and Coca-Cola, so long as it keeps your sleep, hunger, mood, energy, and cravings and all that biofeedback feeling vital and stable. You are attaining or maintaining optimal body composition, the right ratio between fat and muscle, and all your blood work and vital labs and things like that, blood sugar, blood pressure, blood labs are all moving in the right direction, then that is what works for you, and that is exactly what you should do, regardless of what you think or anyone else thinks about its health benefits. Make the regime prove itself to you. Don't put your bias on top of it. Do what works for you. The key takeaways here is that your belief in a right way or a wrong way can sometimes be the thing keeping you from finding the right thing or creating the right thing and making progress. Do what works for you. Nothing else matters in this game. Nothing. This is one of those very difficult habits and mindsets to break. Stop comparing what worked for someone else. Stop reacting to a book or a research study or a documentary or a YouTube video. Those things don't tell you what works for you. Only you can find that through working this process. Okay, thanks so much for watching today's episode. Don't forget, you can still join and also access all the materials over at metabolicliving.com. We've got immune strengthening workouts. We've got recipes and meal plans for all nutritional types, paleo, keto, vegan, etc., you name it. If you've enjoyed this video, please share with as many people as you can. And don't forget to follow us over at Metabolic Living on all the social medias, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Don't forget, we're all in this together. It's all about boosting your metabolism, strengthening your immune system, and flattening this curve together. Thanks for being here, and we will see you at the next session.